How can senior leaders scale their influence? And that's without living in their inbox forever. If your day feels like an Olympic sport, you're dodging meetings, you're triaging emails like it's an emergency room, you're ticking off tasks just fast enough to stay behind, this video is your official exit strategy. Today I'm talking about how to move from being the do-it-all leader to the strategic leader. That's who your team actually needs. Without cloning yourself or applying for a new job in a monastery. A senior leader recently said to me, "Mari, I feel like a highly paid project manager and not a leader." Ouch. Yet it was also true. Liz was brilliant, respected, and stuck. Her calendar, a tactical wasteland. Her influence, lost in the weeds. So we used the strategic shift framework to change that. Now she's leading with clarity, building capability in her team, and finally, getting her evenings back. And here's how we did it. The strategic shift framework is about your mindset, your activity, and your impact. So firstly, let's look at mindset shift, where you get to break the execution addiction. Let's be honest, many leaders are high-functioning overachievers. Yes, I see you. But doing all the doing, that's not leadership. That's task hoarding. For example, Liz was jumping in to just help her team. We reframed her role from helper to enabler. Instead of fixing things, she started asking, how can I help them grow so I'm not constantly patching holes in a sinking tinny? And for my non-Aussie viewers, a tinny is a small boat with an outboard motor. And then it was about redefining her value. So if you think about yourself, your real value, it's in the decisions you influence, not the tasks you complete. Try this. Ask yourself, what am I being paid to think about and not do? And lead from there. And then consider your strategic identity. Who do you need to be to lead at the next level? And here's a hint, it's you, it's still you. Just perhaps a little enhanced in different ways. So we mapped it for Liz, how she'd communicate, what she'd stop doing, and how she'd finally escape the reply all vortex. Small shifts, big difference. The second one is the activity shift. This is looking at the strategic filter. So before you say yes, or even sure, I'll take a look, ask, does this align with my outcomes? Could someone else own this? Will this move the needle? And this one filter alone saved Liz over 6 hours a week, and probably her sanity. And then it's the time allocation matrix. Track your time like you track your coffee intake. For me, that's religiously. And ask, am I working in the business or on the business? And here's a tip. Why not block out 90 minutes a week for CEO style thinking? No emails, no meetings, just white space and big ideas. And then look into the decision-making framework. And here's the thing, not every decision needs your fingerprints. And we created a simple rule of thumb for Liz. If it was low risk, delegate. If it had strategic impact, consult. And if it sets a precedent, escalate. She stopped being the bottleneck and her team started thriving. And number 3 is the impact shift. And this is from going from doing to enabling. If you want more time, stop being the human band-aid. Create frameworks, not fixes. Ask more questions, offer fewer solutions. And then it's about building strategic partnerships. No need to keep flying solo. Influence spreads faster when you collaborate cross-functionally. Also, lunch meetings are way more fun than spreadsheet marathons. And then create systemic change. Effective leaders don't just fix the squeaky wheel, they redesign the car. So case in point, Lisa, another brilliant leader, rebuilt her team's priorities. The chaos stopped, the flow returned, and her team exhaled and then inhaled. They started to breathe. Because remember, your value isn't in what you do, it's how you think. So what shift do you need to make first? Is it your mindset? Is it your activity? Or is it your impact? Pop it into comments and I'll send you a custom strategy, and it's time to get out of the weeds and into your zone of influence. You've got this.